The last document we'll need to process is a quote. So it's kind of similar to an order, and this is basically where the customer makes an inquiry to the business to see whether they can supply goods. But unlike with an order, we're actually going to start talking about amounts. And it's basically an estimate. So the important thing is their estimate. It's not actually a legally binding document that someone's going to be held to. So in this case, a customer might ask our business, how much will it cost to buy 80 shirts? And the business sends back a quote that says we can supply them for $8,000 plus GST. Looking at the quote itself, again, the name of the business issuing the document, the one making the estimate, that'll be at the top. The customer or the business receiving or getting the quote prepared for them is actually underneath. So in this case, Central Clothing Supplies. We'll have the quote of goods, so the amount, the quantity, and an overall total. And we'll also have a validity period. Quotes usually specify how long that quote's valid for. So in this case, it's valid for 30 days. So it's important to identify that there's actually no financial transaction at this point. When there's actually just an order received, so sorry, a quote, in this case, how much for 80 shirts, that'll be $8,000 plus GST. That's not a legal contract. What we've got now though is the customer is actually free to reject it. Thanks, we were actually looking for something cheaper. Or the business, if the customer hasn't actually accepted it, can change the quote themselves. So in this case, the business has said, actually, I can't sell it for $8,000. I'm going to increase the price to $9,000, and that's why there's no legal or financial transaction at this point. When do we have a financial transaction? Actually, when the goods have been agreed to be bought and sent to the customer.